You wake up and it feels like déjà vu. Another day of the same old grind, right? The alarm goes off and instead of excitement, you feel the weight of everything piling up. You get out of bed but your mind is already racing: work, bills, deadlines, relationships, personal goals, all the things you promised yourself you'd tackle but nothing ever seems to get done. It's like you're stuck in a loop. You might look in the mirror and wonder, is this it? Is this all there is? The thing is, we've all been there, we all know that feeling. The overwhelm of life demanding more than we can give, the frustration of not feeling enough. You think about your dreams, the things you want to achieve, and it feels like they're miles away, doesn't it? You set goals, you try, but no matter how hard you work, nothing changes fast enough. You've been working at it for weeks, maybe even months, and still feel like you're standing still. How much longer can you keep pushing? But here's the shocking truth. The key to changing your life is not doing more, it's doing less but doing it consistently. Yes, you heard me right. It's not about making big dramatic changes overnight. It's about committing to small, sustainable steps that over time build into something far more significant than one massive overhaul ever could. But no one tells you this. We've been conditioned to believe that if we don't see immediate results, we've failed. But what if small daily changes are exactly what you need? What if improving yourself just 1% each day could be the key to unlocking everything you want in life? Imagine this: you don't have to conquer the world in a day. You just have to wake up and commit to being 1% better than you were yesterday. That's it. But 1% doesn't sound like a lot, does it? It seems almost insignificant, so why does it matter? Let's face it, our culture loves the big, bold, instant transformation. We crave the overnight success stories, the before and after photos, the sudden breakthroughs. But what if the real secret to success isn't the explosive moment, but rather the quiet, persistent work done in the background every single day? That's the catch. The hardest part isn't the destination. It's not even the big leap. It's the small, consistent decisions that feel almost insignificant in the moment. Those little actions that don't seem to matter today, but they add up. And here's the best part: they compound. Think of it like this: a snowball rolling down a hill. At first it's small, unnoticeable. But over time, with each turn it gains momentum, growing bigger, stronger, faster, unstoppable. And that's exactly how your life works. The things you choose to improve, your attitude, your mindset, your habits, they all stack up over time, gaining power and energy until one day you look up and realize you've built a new version of yourself. But it's not just about working harder. It's about learning how to work smarter by choosing to focus on the small wins. The tiny moments of progress that you might otherwise overlook, those are the moments that matter most. Now here's where it gets even more real. Most people give up too soon. They try to make a massive change all at once, and when they don't see immediate results, they throw in the towel. They think they're failing. But in reality, they've only missed the point. The secret isn't in the dramatic overhaul, it's in the quiet, behind-the-scenes changes that happen every day. It's the daily disciplines. Have you ever felt like the days slip through your fingers? Like you wake up with high hopes, but by the end of the day, nothing's really different. You haven't moved closer to your dreams, your goals are still sitting in the back of your mind, and you're left feeling stuck and defeated. You're not alone. The truth is, you can break free from this cycle, starting right now. By focusing on small daily improvements, you'll start to shift your life in ways you never thought possible. 1% a day doesn't sound like much, but by the end of the month, you'll be 30% better. By the end of the year, you'll be 365% more capable, more confident, and closer to achieving your dreams. And it doesn't require an ounce of magic or luck. It just requires commitment. So here's the challenge: what one small thing can you improve today? One habit, one decision, one shift in your mindset. You don't have to do it all at once. You don't have to do it perfectly, but you do have to start. And when you do, you'll realize something: those small changes are the ones that compound into the life you've always dreamed of. Now, I know this might sound simple, too simple, but that's the point. Sometimes the most powerful things are the things we overlook because we think they are too small to matter. But trust me, they do matter. So if you're ready to start today, to take control of your life and to make that first small change, then I invite you to join us on this journey. Subscribe to the channel Daily Spark Motivation to get more insights, motivation, and daily inspiration to fuel your growth. Together we'll keep pushing forward, one small step at a time. You've got this. And I'm here to support you every step of the way. Let's make those 1% improvements and change our lives. Starting today, Part 1, The Power of Small Steps, Setting the Foundation for Success. Life is not made up of giant leaps but of small steps taken every day. We often think that success comes from making a huge breakthrough, that we need one massive effort to propel ourselves forward. Society tells us that we need to be extraordinary to achieve something remarkable, that the road to success is paved with bold, dramatic changes. But the truth is, the most powerful changes happen quietly and gradually. They happen through small, consistent actions that over time compound into something truly extraordinary. You see, success isn't about taking huge, bold leaps in one grand motion. It's not about waking up one day and finding that everything is suddenly different. Success is a process. It's a series of small, deliberate steps taken every day, even when you don't see immediate results. In fact, it's the small, often overlooked improvements that lead to the most lasting success. We've been conditioned to look for quick fixes, the big moments, the instant transformation. But real change happens when you start small. Real success begins in the quiet moments, in the little things you do consistently day in and day out. Imagine your life is like a garden. Every action you take, every choice, every habit, is a seed planted in the soil of your future. These seeds don't always show growth immediately. At first, they're barely noticeable. You may not see anything above the surface for weeks, months, or even years. But if you water them every day, if you nurture them with attention, love, and care, eventually they begin to grow. Slowly at first, but steadily they rise above the soil, breaking through and reaching toward the sun. And before you know it, you've cultivated something magnificent. This is how small actions work in your life. They may not look like much in the moment, but with consistency, with the commitment to show up every day, those small steps create something powerful. You'll look back and realize that those little actions, compounded over time, led you to exactly where you needed to be. The problem is that we often underestimate the power of tiny improvements. We see them as insignificant, too small to matter. We live in a world that values speed, overnight success, instant gratification. It's easy to dismiss the small steps, the ones that don't seem to produce immediate results. But in reality, it's those small, everyday decisions that determine your future. Think about it this way: success is like planting seeds in a field. You don't expect to see a field of lush crops the day you plant the first seed, right? You don't go to the garden every day and demand to see growth. Instead, you trust that if you continue to plant, water, and care for the seeds, they will eventually sprout. The process takes time. The growth is slow and invisible at first. But each small act of care adds to something bigger than you can imagine. In the same way, each small action you take today, no matter how insignificant it seems, is building your future. You might not see the results immediately. In fact, you might feel frustrated at times, wondering if anything is actually happening. But with every small decision you make, you are shaping the person you're becoming. You are planting the seeds for your success. I want you to think about something important. What are you doing today to shape your future? What are the small choices you're making right now that will create the life you want to live? These aren't big, grand gestures. They're small things, decisions like drinking more water, getting a little more sleep, reading for 10 minutes, moving your body just a little each day. These small steps are the foundation upon which your success will be built. Now, you might be asking, how can small steps really make a difference? Well, the power of small steps lies in their ability to compound over time. It's not about doing everything at once. It's about consistency. It's about taking one small step today and following that up with another tomorrow. It's about showing up for yourself every single day. Every day that you make even the smallest improvement, whether it's working on your mindset, taking care of your body, learning something new, or improving a skill, you are building momentum. Momentum is the key to success. At first, it feels like you're not getting anywhere, but eventually you'll look back and see how far you've come. The small steps will add up. Let's put this into action. I want to introduce you to the concept of the daily habit tracker. This is a simple but powerful tool. Every day, commit to one small improvement. It could be drinking an extra glass of water, stretching for 5 minutes, reading one page of a book, or simply making your bed. Track it every day. Write it down and watch how this one simple habit grows over time. What you'll find is that this tracker doesn't just help you focus on your small wins, it also reinforces your commitment to improvement. The more you track, the more motivated you become, and eventually you'll notice that your life is changing in ways you couldn't have imagined when you started. Here's the thing: small steps don't just lead to success, they make success inevitable. If you improve just 1% every day, you're guaranteed to see significant changes over time. Success is built not in the big moments but in the small daily decisions we make. And those small decisions are in your hands. So what's the one thing you're going to improve today? What's one small step you can take today to begin building the future you want? Whether it's a small habit, a mindset shift, or a tiny change in your routine, take that first step today. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to get started. And remember, you don't need to change everything overnight. You don't need to become the perfect version of yourself right now. All you need is to commit to improving just a little each day. That's it. 1% better every day is all it takes to create the life you want. The power is in your hands. The future you want is already within your reach. But it starts with small steps, and today you can take that first step. So let's make today count. Let's begin. Part 2. Shaping your attitude, the most powerful force you control. Your attitude shapes everything. It shapes how you see the world, how you interact with others, how you respond to challenges, and how you perceive success. Your attitude is the single most important thing you can control, and it is the key to everything you will ever achieve. In fact, your attitude is the reason some people seem to rise to the top effortlessly while others struggle despite putting in more effort. Your attitude determines your altitude. Let me repeat that. Your attitude determines your altitude. If you've ever wondered why some people seem to always be in the right place at the right time, attracting opportunities and good fortune, it's not just luck. It's their attitude. Your attitude acts like a magnet. A positive, open mindset attracts good things, opportunities, people, and success. On the other hand, a negative attitude repels those same things. You've seen it before: the person who always expects the worst, who complains about everything and somehow their life reflects that negativity. They seem to attract problems more than solutions. Why? Because their attitude repels success. But this isn't some mystical or magical force. It's simple psychology. Your mindset, the way you view the world, dictates how you behave, how you interact with others, and how you approach challenges. A person with a positive attitude will approach obstacles with a solution-first mentality. They see challenges as opportunities to grow. They're not blind to the difficulties, but they focus on the potential, the way forward, and the lessons to be learned. This mindset not only helps them succeed but also attracts success. The way you think about life changes the way life shows up for you. On the flip side, someone with a negative attitude tends to focus only on the problems. They see the world through a filter of doubt and pessimism, where every setback is a personal failure, and every challenge seems insurmountable. The more they focus on what's going wrong, the more they find to complain about. They can't see solutions, only obstacles. And so the world around them reflects this mindset. Challenges seem harder, opportunities seem out of reach, and success feels like something that happens to other people. The reality is, you can change your life by changing your attitude. It's not something that happens overnight, but it is something that can be built over time, one small improvement at a time. It starts with recognizing that your attitude is a choice, and that choice is within your control. The way you choose to react to life's events, to setbacks, to disappointments is entirely in your hands. And when you start to choose a better attitude, everything changes. The first step to shifting your attitude is realizing that you can train yourself to think positively. It's not about ignoring the negative or pretending everything is perfect. It's about choosing where to focus your energy and how to interpret the situations around you. A simple way to start is by practicing gratitude. When you make gratitude a daily habit, it shifts your perspective. Instead of focusing on what's wrong or what's missing, you begin to see what's working, what you already have, and the many blessings in your life. Here's an activity that can help you start improving your attitude today: the gratitude mirror. Every morning before you start your day, stand in front of the mirror. Look yourself in the eye and say 3 things you're grateful for. They can be big things: your family, your job, your health, or small things: a good cup of coffee, a warm bed, the sunrise. Whatever it is, say it aloud, feel the gratitude in your heart, and acknowledge it. This small practice will set the tone for your entire day. By beginning your day with gratitude, you're already shifting your mindset in the right direction. It's impossible to be focused on what's going wrong when you're actively thinking about what's going right. Your brain is wired to seek patterns, and when you make gratitude a daily practice, you begin to condition your mind to notice the good things around you. Over time, this rewires your brain to seek positivity instead of negativity. You might be thinking, but I don't feel grateful today. I'm struggling, I'm tired, I'm stressed, and I get it. Life is hard sometimes. But here's the secret. Gratitude is not about waiting for the perfect moment to feel thankful. It's about choosing to find something, anything, to be thankful for, even when things aren't perfect. When you can find gratitude in the middle of adversity, you unlock a power within yourself that is unstoppable. Now let me ask you this. What would happen if you improved your attitude just a little bit every day? What if you made a commitment to focus on the positives? To be a little more patient, a little more compassionate, a little more optimistic? How would that change your day, your week, your life? It's not about making a huge shift overnight. It's about small incremental changes, things you can do right now today to begin shaping a better attitude. Maybe you'll start by focusing on being more present. Maybe you'll work on choosing your words carefully, complaining less, offering more encouragement. Maybe you'll focus on responding to challenges with resilience instead of seeing them as roadblocks. As you continue to make small improvements to your attitude, you'll notice a shift in your reality. You'll attract more positive people into your life. Opportunities will seem to open up. You'll approach challenges with a sense of possibility instead of defeat. Your relationships will improve because people naturally gravitate toward those with positive energy. Your career will flourish because success follows those who are confident, focused, and solution-oriented. But it doesn't happen overnight. It takes time. Shaping your attitude is a long-term commitment. It's a daily practice, but as you build on it day after day, it becomes a part of who you are. And before you know it, you'll look back and realize that you've transformed your life from the inside out. And here's the best part. When your attitude improves, everything else starts to improve with it. Your relationships become stronger. Your work becomes more fulfilling. Your health improves because positivity reduces stress and boosts your immune system. The doors that were once closed to you suddenly swing open. All because you made a choice to improve your attitude just a little bit every day. So what's the one small thing you can do today to improve your attitude? Start with gratitude. Start with being a little more patient. Start with looking for the good even in the tough times. And as you build on that, you'll see your life begin to shift in ways you never imagined. Part 3. Communication Mastery: Speaking and Listening with Impact. Good communication is the backbone of all relationships and success. Whether in business, in personal life, or in our community interactions, how we communicate determines how we connect with others and how we move forward in life. But communication is not just about talking. In fact, the best communicators are often the best listeners. The ability to listen deeply and express oneself clearly is not a skill that is limited to a few exceptional people. It is a skill that anyone can cultivate, and when you master communication, you unlock the door to endless opportunities in every part of your life. Think about a time when you felt truly heard. Maybe it was with a friend, a colleague, or a loved one. What made that experience stand out? Was it because the person didn't interrupt? Or because they made an effort to understand you? Good communication is rooted in understanding, not just expressing. And that understanding begins with listening, truly listening to what others are saying, not just waiting for your turn to talk. This is where communication begins, and this is where many people fall short. The first key to mastering communication is recognizing that communication is a two-way street. We tend to focus on speaking well, on crafting the perfect words and delivering them in the most convincing way possible. But the real magic of communication lies in the way we listen. Listening isn't just a passive act, it's an active process of engagement and empathy. When you listen attentively, you not only understand the words being said, but you also understand the emotions, the context, and the underlying message. This type of listening requires focus, patience, and the willingness to put yourself in someone else's shoes. Speaking clearly is important, but it's only part of the equation. We've all had conversations where someone is speaking, but we're not fully engaged, we're distracted, thinking about our response or checking our phone. As a result, we miss the nuance of their message. A clear expression is much more than just speaking loudly or articulating well. It's about conveying your thoughts in a way that others can truly understand. It's about communicating with intention, clarity, and purpose. But here's the truth. Communication isn't about getting your point across. It's about ensuring that your point is understood. To be truly effective in communication, you need to speak with intention, but also listen with intention. And that's what makes great communicators stand out. They not only express themselves well, but they also truly understand others. This understanding creates a stronger connection, whether in relationships or professional settings, and ultimately it builds trust. Now let's take a deeper dive into the impact that small daily improvements in communication can have. The way we communicate, especially in our daily interactions, can have an enormous impact on the way we experience life. Imagine being the person who listens deeply, who makes people feel heard and valued, and who speaks clearly and effectively. Imagine how different your relationships and your work environment would be. By improving how you communicate just a little bit each day, you unlock opportunities for connection and growth in ways that might have once seemed impossible. The key lesson here is that small daily improvements in listening and expressing your thoughts clearly will open up opportunities in every part of life. Whether in your personal relationships, your career, or your community, improving how you communicate can lead to stronger relationships, better teamwork, and more success. It's in the small, consistent efforts that you build trust, deepen your connections, and make your voice heard in a way that moves others to action. If you want to begin mastering communication, let me offer you an activity to start practicing today: the Listening Challenge. This is a simple but powerful exercise. For one conversation every day, practice active listening. This means you give your full attention to the person speaking, avoid interrupting, and resist the urge to think about your response while they're talking. Instead, focus completely on understanding what they're saying, what they mean, not just the words they're using. Pay attention to their tone, their body language, and the emotions behind their words. After the conversation, take a moment to reflect. Did I really hear them? Did I understand their point of view? Ask yourself how you can improve in the next conversation. It might feel a little uncomfortable at first, but over time, this simple practice will make you not only a better listener but also a more effective communicator overall. Active listening doesn't just improve your communication skills, it can also heal relationships. Think about a disagreement or a misunderstanding you've had in the past. Chances are, part of the issue was a failure to really listen to each other. When we don't listen deeply, we don't fully understand the other person's perspective, and that leads to conflict. But when we practice active listening, we show the other person that we care about what they have to say. This can diffuse tension, create trust, and open up space for understanding and resolution. And this principle isn't just for personal relationships, it's equally important in the workplace. The ability to communicate clearly and listen actively makes you a better collaborator, a better leader, and a more valuable team member. When you listen to others, you make them feel heard, which in turn fosters a more collaborative, open, and supportive environment. When you communicate your ideas clearly, you make it easier for people to understand your vision and work with you to bring it to life. But there's something deeper about communication that we often overlook. It is a reflection of your self-respect and respect for others. The way we communicate, whether we're listening or speaking, is a direct reflection of how we value ourselves and others. If we don't take the time to communicate effectively, it can signal a lack of respect for those around us. On the other hand, when we communicate with intention, empathy, and clarity, we not only improve our relationships but also send a powerful message that we value both the conversation and the people involved in it. Improving your communication skills doesn't require perfection. It requires intentional effort, daily practice, and a commitment to growth. Every day, by focusing on listening actively and expressing your thoughts with clarity, you are building a stronger foundation for success in every area of your life. Communication is not just a skill, it's a life-changing tool. And as you master this tool, you'll unlock doors that lead to deeper connections, better opportunities, and a more fulfilling life. So the next time you find yourself in a conversation, take a moment to really listen, to be present, to understand, and when it's your turn to speak, choose your words with care and express your thoughts clearly. Remember, good communication isn't about talking, it's about connecting. And the better you connect, the more successful and fulfilled you'll be. Part 4. Self-discipline, the muscle that shapes your future. We've discussed the power of attitude and the influence of communication, but there's one more element that is essential to achieving success. Without it, all the positive thoughts and powerful conversations won't amount to much. That element is self-discipline. Discipline is often misunderstood. Many people think of it as a harsh, limiting force, something that restricts freedom and creativity. But in reality, self-discipline is the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. It's the ability to keep going even when it's hard, to make the right decisions even when you don't feel like it, and to push through discomfort for the sake of long-term rewards. Rohn said it perfectly: discipline is the bridge between goals and accomplishment. Think about it. Self-discipline is the reason why some people succeed while others fail. It's not always the most talented or the most gifted people who make it to the top. It's the ones who are willing to do the work day in and day out, even when they don't see immediate results. Discipline isn't about doing everything perfectly. It's about being willing to stick with it. Rohn also emphasized that success is the natural result of small disciplines repeated over time. Every small decision you make, waking up on time, staying focused during your work hours, choosing to exercise even when you're tired, these are the actions that build your success. And just like any muscle, the more you practice discipline, the stronger it gets. But here's where it gets tricky. Discipline is about more than just willpower. It's about creating habits that become second nature. You don't need to rely on your willpower to make the right decision every time, because eventually your habits will do the heavy lifting for you. The key is to start small and build from there. Small habits, consistently practiced, will eventually turn into something much greater. Think about someone who is working toward getting fit. The first time they commit to a workout, it might be difficult. They might not feel like it, and they might not see immediate results. But if they stick with it little by little, it becomes a habit. It becomes easier, and eventually the workouts are no longer a choice, they're part of who they are. The same applies to any area of life. The secret to success is not in forcing yourself to do things, it's in making those things automatic. But discipline doesn't just come from forcing yourself. It comes from setting up your environment and your routine in such a way that the right choices become the easiest choices. If you want to become disciplined, you need to start by making it easier to succeed. Set yourself up for success by creating a structured environment that supports your goals. Now, as we talk about discipline, it's crucial to understand that the foundation of self-discipline is in knowing your why. Why do you want to improve yourself? Why do you want to achieve these goals? The clearer you are about your reason for pursuing something, the easier it will be to stay disciplined. Without a deep emotional connection to your goal, it's easy to fall off track. When you have a powerful reason to keep going, your discipline will carry you through even the toughest times. But let's face it, we all struggle with discipline from time to time. We get distracted, we procrastinate, and we give in to our impulses. The key is not to be perfect, but to keep trying. When you slip up, don't beat yourself up, just get back on track. One of the most powerful things you can do is to forgive yourself when you fail and use it as a lesson to do better next time. Discipline is built over time, and every small act of perseverance strengthens your will. Now, if you're ready to take action and work on your self-discipline, let's talk about a simple exercise you can start today. It's called the Promise Keeping Challenge. For the next 30 days, pick one small promise to make to yourself and commit to keeping it every single day. It could be something like waking up 15 minutes earlier, drinking more water, or spending 10 minutes reading each day. The point is to choose something small and make sure you do it every day no matter what. As you follow through on your promises, you'll begin to notice something incredible. Your discipline will grow, and with it, your confidence, your productivity, and your success. You'll realize that you can trust yourself to follow through. You'll see that you're capable of far more than you ever thought possible. And that's the foundation of success, trusting yourself one disciplined action at a time. Now let's move forward with the next element of success. Self-discipline is critical, but it doesn't work in isolation. It needs to be supported by the other habits and attitudes we've discussed. With each small step, you're building a stronger foundation. And just like discipline, the next part of your journey, time management, is a key area where small changes will create huge results over time. Part 5. The power of consistency, building habits that stick. Success isn't a one-time event. It's not about a single achievement that magically propels you to the top. The real secret to success lies in the quiet, steady work that happens behind the scenes day in, day out. Success, in its truest form, is the accumulation of habits that over time build something far greater than we can ever see in a single moment. Imagine you're standing at the base of the Golden Gate Bridge in San Francisco, looking up at the towering structure in front of you. It's magnificent, isn't it? But do you know how it was built? One brick at a time. It didn't appear overnight. It wasn't completed with a single giant leap. Each piece, each layer, each brick was laid down carefully, consistently, and with purpose. Over time, those individual bricks came together to form one of the most iconic and impressive structures in the world. Your journey to success is no different. Building something magnificent takes time, effort, and most importantly, consistency. Every day you are laying bricks in the foundation of your future. Each habit, each small decision you make to improve yourself contributes to the bigger picture. And while you might not see the results immediately, every brick matters. It's the daily work, the quiet persistence that forms the backbone of your success. This is the power of consistency. It's not about perfection. It's not about doing everything flawlessly. The key to success is not about making huge changes all at once. It's about the small, consistent actions you take every single day that eventually compound into something extraordinary. Consider this: habits are not isolated actions, they are the foundation of everything you achieve. Every time you perform an action, whether it's reading a book, taking a walk, or practicing a new skill, you're building a habit. And when you keep repeating these actions day after day, they compound over time, shaping you into the person you want to become. But here's where most people get it wrong. They think that they need to make huge changes to see results. They believe that success is all about big breakthroughs and dramatic transformations. But in reality, change happens slowly, gradually, through the accumulation of small, consistent actions. Every time you show up and put in the work, you're reinforcing a habit that will eventually lead to the life you desire. The key lesson here is simple but powerful. The key to consistency is not perfection but persistence. There will be days when you don't feel like showing up. There will be days when you want to quit, when the results don't seem to be coming fast enough. But success is built by showing up anyway, even when the progress seems slow. It's in those moments of persistence that you are laying the groundwork for something long-lasting. Think about the habits you've already formed. Maybe it's drinking coffee every morning or checking your phone as soon as you wake up. These habits didn't happen overnight. They became part of your routine, part of who you are through consistent repetition. The same applies to the habits you want to create, whether it's building a business, losing weight, or learning a new language. It's not the big decisions that make the difference. It's the small, consistent decisions you make every day that add up over time. Now let me give you a tool to help you track your progress and stay consistent: the Journey Jar. This simple yet powerful activity involves taking a moment each day to reflect on one small thing you've learned or one thing you're grateful for and writing it down. It can be anything: a new insight you gained, a small victory you achieved, or simply something in your life that you're thankful for. Each day, write it down and add it to your Journey Jar. Over time, you'll begin to see just how much you've learned and how far you've come. The beauty of this practice is that it allows you to focus on progress, not perfection. Every small entry in the jar is a reminder that your journey is unfolding, step by step. And over time, you'll realize that the small wins add up to big results. What's more, the Journey Jar helps you stay grounded in the process. We live in a world that values immediate results, but the truth is, success takes time. And the only way to stay motivated when progress feels slow is to acknowledge the small victories along the way. The more you focus on the daily improvements, the more momentum you build. The more you celebrate the small steps, the easier it becomes to stay consistent. You might be thinking, this sounds great, but will it really make a difference? The answer is yes. Small, consistent steps do make a difference. The challenge is that it doesn't happen overnight. Success is not immediate, and the rewards of your efforts often take time to manifest. But here's the secret: if you keep showing up even for the smallest task, if you stay consistent, if you keep adding those bricks every day, you will look back and realize you've built something magnificent. It's like the Golden Gate Bridge: slow, steady progress. You won't see the results immediately, but you're creating something that will stand the test of time. You're creating a life built on habits, on consistency, on small wins that add up. And when you look back at the life you've built, you'll realize that it was all worth it. So what are you going to start doing today? What small, consistent action can you take right now that will begin to build your foundation for success? It doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be consistent. Remember, small steps lead to big results. The secret to building something magnificent is in the consistent effort you put in every single day. Start today. Start small. Start now. Part 6: Mindset Mastery: Transforming Limiting Beliefs into Empowering Ones. There is a fundamental truth that most people overlook. Our beliefs shape our reality. How we see the world, how we interact with others, and how we approach challenges is all influenced by the beliefs we hold about ourselves and our surroundings. It's easy to underestimate the power of beliefs, to assume they're just thoughts that pass through our minds. But in reality, beliefs shape the lens through which we view everything. They determine whether we see opportunities or obstacles, growth or stagnation, success or failure. The truth is, the biggest obstacle people face is not external circumstances but the limiting beliefs they hold about themselves. These are the invisible walls that keep us from achieving more, from pushing past our fears, from taking risks that lead to greater success. These limiting beliefs hold us back, keep us stuck in the same patterns, and prevent us from stepping into the person we are meant to become. We've all had moments where we've said to ourselves, "I'm not good enough, I don't have what it takes, or I'll never be able to do that." These thoughts may feel like the truth, but here's the catch: beliefs are not facts. They're simply thoughts we've repeated enough times that we've accepted them as reality. The good news: thoughts can be changed. The most powerful transformation you can make in your life is shifting from a scarcity mindset to an abundant mindset. A scarcity mindset is rooted in fear. Fear of not having enough, fear of failure, fear of missing out. It's a mindset that sees the world as a zero-sum game where if someone else wins, you lose. In this mindset, success feels out of reach. You feel like you're constantly fighting for the scraps, always on the edge of not enough. But an abundant mindset is different. It's the belief that there is enough for everyone, that success is not limited, that there are endless opportunities and that you are worthy of them. In this mindset, you see challenges as opportunities for growth, and you believe that there is always room to learn, expand, and evolve. With an abundant mindset, you stop playing small. You start seeing yourself as capable, as someone who deserves success. And you begin to attract opportunities that align with this belief. The shift from scarcity to abundance is not a one-time change, it's a daily practice. Every day you have the power to choose your beliefs. Instead of saying, "I can't do this," say, "I'm learning how to do this." Instead of seeing failure as a dead end, start seeing it as a lesson, a stepping stone on the path to success. Challenge your limiting beliefs every day. Ask yourself, is this thought really true? What if there's a different way to think about this? The beauty of shifting your mindset is that it's entirely within your control. You don't need permission from anyone else to change the way you think. You have the power to decide whether to be limited by your beliefs or to rise above them. Every day, you can choose to let go of the beliefs that no longer serve you and embrace the ones that empower you. One powerful tool to help you transform your mindset is called empowerment journaling. This practice involves writing down one limiting belief you have each day and rewriting it as an empowering belief. For example, if you believe, "I'm not good enough to start my own business," rewrite it as, "I am capable of learning and growing, and I have the ability to build my own business." By doing this, you're not only changing the way you think, but you're also training your mind to automatically adopt empowering beliefs. Start by identifying a limiting belief you have about yourself. It could be related to your career, your relationships, your finances, or your self-worth. Write it down, then challenge it. Ask yourself, what evidence do I have that this belief is true? More often than not, you'll find that your limiting belief is based on fear, not fact. Now rewrite it. Turn it into a statement of empowerment, something that inspires you, that pushes you forward, that reminds you of your potential. The power of this practice lies in consistency. Each time you challenge a limiting belief and replace it with an empowering one, you rewire your brain. It's like building a new mental habit. Over time, you'll find that your automatic thoughts shift. Instead of thinking, "I'm not good enough," you'll start thinking, "I am capable and I am worthy of success." And when you start believing that, your actions will follow. The most profound part of this transformation is that your beliefs influence every aspect of your life. When you shift your mindset, you open doors you didn't even know were there. You begin to take on challenges with confidence, to step out of your comfort zone, and to create the life you've always dreamed of. This shift doesn't happen overnight, and it won't always be easy. There will be days when your limiting beliefs will try to creep back in, when doubt and fear will try to take over. But remember, you are in control of your thoughts. Each day, you have the choice to rise above those doubts and embrace a mindset that serves you. Every time you make the choice to believe in yourself, to believe in your potential, you are creating the future you want. And here's the beauty of it. As you begin to shift your mindset, everything in your life starts to change. Your relationships will improve because you'll start seeing the best in others. Your work will thrive because you'll start believing that you can contribute and create value. Your health will improve because you'll approach challenges with a mindset of possibility, not limitation. And most importantly, you'll begin to see the world as full of opportunities rather than obstacles. In the end, changing your mindset is the most powerful tool you have to shape your future. It's not about changing the world, it's about changing the way you see the world. And once you do that, everything else will follow. So today I challenge you, what limiting belief will you rewrite today? What empowering belief will you adopt? Your mindset is the key to unlocking the life you've always wanted, and the power to change it is already within you. Start today. Choose to see the opportunities, not the obstacles. Choose to see your potential, not your limitations. Part 7. Managing time, prioritizing what matters most. Time. It is the one resource that we can never get back. Once a moment has passed, it is gone forever, and yet we treat it as if we have all the time in the world. We act as though time is an endless river, flowing endlessly without consequence. But here's the hard truth. Time is your most valuable asset, and how you use it today will define who you are tomorrow. Think about your day. How much of it is spent doing things that really matter? How much of your time is used to build the life you want versus filling the hours with distractions, obligations, and things that don't contribute to your goals? It's so easy to fall into the trap of being busy, convincing yourself that if you're doing something all day, you're being productive. But let me tell you, being busy is not the same as being productive. Many of us get caught in the cycle of endless tasks, answering emails, scrolling through social media, attending meetings that seem never-ending. We feel like we're running a marathon, but we look back and wonder, where did the day go? Why does it feel like we've been busy all day? But nothing significant has been accomplished. This is the dangerous illusion of being busy. You can be busy all day long, but if you're not focusing on the right things, you're just spinning your wheels. The truth is, productivity is about making the most of the time you have, not about doing more things. It's about choosing the activities that move you toward your goals and align with your purpose. And it all starts with one simple principle: time blocking. Let's shift our perspective for a moment. Instead of trying to fit everything into your day, how about focusing on the things that matter most? Time blocking is a strategy that helps you prioritize your goals by allocating specific blocks of time for the activities that are most important to you. It's not about being busy, it's about being intentional. When you time block, you treat your time like it's a precious resource, because it is. You're not trying to squeeze everything into one day. Instead, you're making room for what matters. Setting aside focused time to work on your highest priorities. This way, you are no longer reacting to the world around you. You are proactively shaping your day to match your goals rather than letting your day run you. Here's the key lesson: focus on the high-leverage activities, the ones that will move the needle the most. It's not about doing a little bit of everything. It's about doing the things that will get you closer to where you want to be. Whether it's writing, working on a business idea, developing a skill, or investing in your relationships, these are the tasks that should take priority. When you get clear on your most important tasks, you can begin to say no to the distractions that pull you away from them. Learning to say no is one of the most powerful time management tools you can develop. We've all been there, saying yes to meetings we don't need to attend, agreeing to take on more work when we're already stretched thin, or mindlessly scrolling through social media when we should be focused on something important. Saying yes to everything leaves us overwhelmed and distracted, but saying no to the wrong things allows us to say yes to what truly matters. It's important to recognize that time is finite. You only have so many hours in a day, and the way you choose to spend them will determine the future you create. You can't afford to waste time on things that don't contribute to your long-term goals. And you can't afford to let distractions steal the time that should be spent working toward your dreams. Now here's an activity that can help you become more aware of how you're spending your time: the time audit. For 1 week, track how you spend every single hour of your day. Write down what you do, everything from meetings to errands to scrolling through your phone. At the end of the week, look at how much time you've spent on tasks that move you closer to your goals versus tasks that were simply filling the time. You'll likely find that you're wasting a lot more time than you think. Maybe it's checking email too often, maybe it's spending hours on low-priority tasks, or maybe it's just getting caught up in the noise of the day. Once you see where your time is going, you'll be able to make adjustments. You'll be able to block out distractions and shift your focus to the activities that truly matter. Here's the emotional truth: time management creates more freedom. It's not about doing more, it's about being intentional. The more you manage your time, the more control you have over your day. You stop reacting to external pressures and start deciding what's important. You gain the ability to make time for the things that really matter: your health, your relationships, your personal growth, your career. And the more you take control of your time, the more you'll realize how much of your life you've been giving away to distractions. Here's the powerful thing about managing your time: when you focus on what matters, the results start to speak for themselves. You'll find yourself becoming more productive, more energized, and more aligned with your goals. You'll find that you're achieving more not because you're working harder, but because you're working smarter. And the best part, you'll start to feel more in control of your life. You'll stop feeling like you're constantly behind or out of time, and instead you'll feel a deep sense of purpose and fulfillment. Imagine this: at the end of every day, you feel a sense of satisfaction because you know you've spent your time wisely. You've worked on the things that truly matter, and you've made progress toward your goals. You haven't been distracted, you've been intentional. That sense of accomplishment is priceless. So start today. Time block your day, prioritize the things that truly matter, and let go of the distractions. Track your time for the next week and be intentional about how you spend every hour. Start saying no to the things that don't serve your goals and make room for the things that will propel you forward. Remember, it's not about being busy, it's about being purposeful. When you manage your time, you manage your life. And the more intentional you are with your time, the more freedom you'll have to create the life you want. Part 8: Financial Freedom: Making Smart Money Decisions Every Day. Financial freedom, we all dream of it. The freedom to live life on our own terms, to not be weighed down by debt, to make choices without being shackled by financial stress. It sounds so distant, so unattainable for many. We often hear stories about people who hit the lottery or entrepreneurs who make millions in a single deal. It's easy to look at those stories and think that's the dream, that's how it's supposed to happen. But here's the truth: financial freedom doesn't happen overnight. It doesn't come from a big win, a windfall, or a single decision. It comes from the small decisions you make every day. The way you save, the way you spend, and most importantly, the way you invest your time and money. The reality is, financial freedom is built through daily habits. The way you manage your money today will shape your future. Every small decision you make, whether you're deciding to save a little bit of money, avoid impulse spending, or make a smart investment, piles up over time. These small decisions may seem insignificant in the moment, but they compound, just like the small steps we talked about in previous parts, and over time they lead to something much greater. It's easy to think that the key to wealth is simply earning more. If only I made a bit more money, if only I had a bigger paycheck, if only I had that one big break. But here's a fundamental shift in perspective. The difference between wealth and poverty isn't income, it's the habits around money. A high income doesn't guarantee wealth. A person who earns a large salary but spends without thought, who constantly lives beyond their means, will always be financially stressed, no matter how much they make. On the other hand, someone who learns to manage their money wisely, no matter how much they earn, can achieve financial freedom. It's the habits that create wealth, not the amount of money you have coming in. So, what are these habits? Money management is a daily practice. It's about making smart, intentional decisions about how you save, spend, and invest. It's about recognizing that financial freedom is not a destination, it's a journey. And that journey starts with the small, consistent actions you take each day. One of the most powerful habits you can adopt is to live below your means. This doesn't mean depriving yourself or living a life of constant sacrifice. It means making mindful choices about where your money goes, spending less than you earn, and avoiding the trap of keeping up with the Joneses, the endless cycle of consumerism that leads to debt and stress. When you live below your means, you create space for saving and investing, which are the real keys to building wealth. The second habit is saving. This doesn't mean hoarding your money in a bank account and never spending it. It means having a plan for your savings. It means treating saving as a non-negotiable part of your monthly routine. Pay yourself first before anything else. Whether it's setting aside a percentage of your income or saving a specific dollar amount each week, making saving a priority is the first step toward financial independence. But saving alone isn't enough. The next crucial step is investing. Investing is where your money starts working for you. It's about taking the money you've saved and putting it into assets that will grow over time, whether that's stocks, real estate, retirement funds, or other investment opportunities. Investing requires a shift in mindset from a consumer to an owner. When you invest, you're no longer just a passive participant in the economy, you become an active creator of wealth. But here's the thing, investing isn't about making big risky bets or hoping for a miracle. It's about making smart, consistent decisions over time. Financial freedom is not about trying to get rich quick. It's about building wealth slowly and steadily through smart, informed choices. Now let's focus on an easy but powerful habit you can start today, the $1 habit. Each day commit to saving or investing just $1. This may seem like an insignificant amount, but over time it adds up. Think about it, if you save $1 a day, that's $365 in a year. If you invested that dollar in a low-cost index fund, you could potentially turn that $365 into much more over the years. The point is, small, consistent actions create big results. The $1 habit is a great way to start small and build momentum. It teaches you to be consistent, to prioritize saving and investing, and to recognize the power of compounding. If you can commit to saving or investing just $1 every day, you can begin to change your financial habits, build your wealth, and set yourself up for future financial success. Now let's be honest, financial freedom is not easy. It requires discipline, sacrifice, and most importantly, patience. You won't see results overnight. But here's what you need to understand. The small decisions you make today will shape your future. Financial freedom isn't about making a lot of money quickly. It's about being consistent with your money decisions and making smart, small improvements every day. Imagine this, 1 year from now, you've been saving and investing consistently. That $1 habit has grown and so has your wealth. You've built a habit of living below your means, saving a portion of your income, and making your money work for you. And a few years from now, that consistency will lead to financial freedom. The ability to make decisions based on what you truly want, not based on financial stress or limitations. But it all starts today. Every small decision you make with your money counts. It doesn't matter how much money you make or how much you have right now. What matters is how you manage it, how you use it to create a future of freedom and possibility. So, what's the first small decision you can make today? Start with $1. Make the decision to save or invest just $1 today and watch how that small habit compounds over time. It's not about getting rich fast. It's about building something real, something lasting with every small action. Financial freedom is possible, but it starts with the small decisions you make today. Part 9. Health. Investing in your body every day. Health is the foundation of everything else in life. It's the quiet force that drives all your actions, that allows you to pursue your dreams, and that sustains you in the pursuit of your goals. But here's the harsh reality, without your health, nothing else matters. You can have all the wealth in the world, all the success, all the admiration from others. But if your body is weak, if your mind is exhausted, none of it will mean a thing. Health isn't just a physical state, it's the fuel that powers everything you do. Without energy, without vitality, you cannot perform at your best. You cannot build the business you want to build, you cannot have the relationships you want to have, and you certainly cannot enjoy the journey. Everything starts with your health. When you're physically healthy, you're mentally sharper, more productive, and more resilient. You have the energy to tackle challenges, the stamina to keep going when things get tough, and the clarity to make better decisions. We live in a world that is constantly demanding more from us, more work, more responsibilities, more stress. The pace of life has never been faster, and we're constantly expected to keep up. But at the end of the day, your body is the one thing you cannot afford to neglect. If you neglect your health, everything else starts to crumble. The dream of success will remain just that, a dream, because your body, your mind, and your energy won't be able to carry you there. Now let's shift our perspective. Many people think that taking care of their health requires dramatic changes, massive diet overhauls, intense workout routines, or expensive supplements. But in reality, health is built on small, consistent decisions that you make every day. It's the little things that add up over time. Drinking enough water, getting enough sleep, exercising regularly. These small actions, when performed daily, will build sustainable energy and vitality that will serve you for years to come. The truth is, small daily health choices are the foundation of a strong, resilient body. Each small decision you make to improve your health has a ripple effect on the rest of your life. When you choose to drink more water, you give your body the hydration it needs to function properly. When you choose to get enough sleep, you're allowing your body to repair and recharge. And when you choose to move your body, whether that's through a quick stretch, a brisk walk, or a workout, you're creating the energy and vitality necessary to live life to the fullest. So let me ask you, what small health choices can you make today to improve your life? It doesn't have to be big. It doesn't have to be overwhelming. The key is consistency. If you commit to making small improvements every day, you'll gradually notice that your body responds. You'll have more energy, your mood will improve, and you'll feel stronger both physically and mentally. These small habits, built over time, will give you the strength to face challenges head-on and the endurance to keep pushing toward your goals. One of the most powerful ways to begin prioritizing your health is to introduce 5-minute movement into your day. Every day, commit to spending just 5 minutes doing something that gets your body moving. It could be a quick stretch when you wake up, a brisk walk around the block, or even a short yoga routine. These 5 minutes may seem small, but they send a powerful message to your body and your mind. Health is a priority. Starting with 5 minutes is a great way to make movement a daily habit. Over time, you'll find that 5 minutes turns into 10, then 20, and before you know it, you're incorporating regular movement into your day. The more you prioritize your physical health, the more you'll notice the benefits in every area of your life. You'll have more energy, a clearer mind, and a stronger body, all of which are essential for achieving your personal and professional goals. Let's dive into the emotional side of this. When you invest in your health, you're investing in your future self. You're giving yourself the energy and vitality to enjoy the journey of building your dreams, pursuing your passions, and living a life that is full of purpose. Too many people sacrifice their health in the name of success, believing that they'll have time to take care of themselves later. But the truth is, if you don't prioritize your health now, you may not be around to enjoy the success you've worked so hard for. Imagine a life where you wake up each day feeling energized, excited, and ready to take on whatever comes your way. Imagine having the physical and mental energy to push through obstacles, to show up for the people you care about, and to chase your dreams with passion and determination. That's the power of health. When you're physically healthy, everything else falls into place. You become the person you need to be to achieve greatness. This is why I want you to start making small changes today. It's not about perfection, it's about progress. Every small step you take to improve your health will compound over time, creating a ripple effect that will improve every area of your life. You'll start to see the connection between taking care of your body and achieving your goals. You'll start to understand that health is the foundation upon which everything else is built. Let's take it even further. Imagine that 5-minute stretch you do every morning turning into a full 30-minute workout. Imagine the mental clarity that comes with consistently getting enough sleep. Imagine feeling so strong and healthy that you have the energy to pursue your goals with passion. It all starts with the small choices you make today. It's about investing in yourself, physically and mentally, so that you can build the life you want. So here's the challenge: what's one small health habit you can start today? Whether it's drinking more water, getting an extra hour of sleep, or taking 5 minutes to move your body, make the decision today to prioritize your health. Start small, start now, and watch how your health transforms your life. Remember, your health is your foundation. When you take care of your body, you're giving yourself the energy and strength to pursue everything else. It's not just about adding years to your life, it's about adding life to your years. The better you take care of your body, the more you'll be able to enjoy the journey. And the journey, my friend, is everything. Part 10, Purpose: Living with Meaning and Direction Every Day. Purpose, it's the invisible force that propels us forward when everything else seems to fall away. It's the anchor that keeps you grounded, the fuel that powers your journey, and the light that guides your steps. Without purpose, life can feel like a series of disconnected events, a never-ending cycle of going through the motions with no clear sense of direction. But when you know your purpose, when you understand why you're doing all of this, everything changes. Your actions, your decisions, and your entire outlook on life become focused on something greater than yourself. Purpose is not just a lofty ideal, it's the very reason you wake up in the morning. It's the reason you push through challenges. The reason you get out of bed even when you feel like staying under the covers. The reason you do the things you do day in and day out. When you live with purpose, you don't just exist, you thrive. You wake up each day with clarity, with intention, and with a deep sense of meaning. Your actions are no longer random or aimless, they are deliberate and in alignment with your core values. Without purpose, it's easy to drift. We all know what it's like to feel lost or stuck, to go through the motions, to get caught up in the day-to-day tasks of life without ever really feeling fulfilled. Without purpose, life feels like a series of empty checkboxes. You wake up, go through the motions, complete your tasks, but at the end of the day you feel like you're just spinning your wheels. That's because without purpose, you're disconnected from your deepest motivations and desires. You're going through life on autopilot, reacting to things rather than acting with intention. But with purpose, everything changes. Purpose gives you direction. It's the compass that points you toward the life you're meant to lead. When you're clear on your purpose, you move with intention. You act with a sense of clarity that guides every decision you make. You no longer wonder if you're on the right path, you know exactly where you're going. And that's what makes purpose so powerful. It transforms the mundane into the meaningful. Tasks that once felt empty, like answering emails or doing household chores, suddenly become part of the larger mission you've set for yourself. Purpose turns work into a calling, relationships into opportunities for growth, and success into a reflection of your deepest values. The key to living with purpose is not just about having a vague, abstract idea of what you want. It's about taking daily steps toward living out that purpose. Purpose isn't something you find once and then forget about. It's something you build and live every single day. The smallest actions you take every day, when aligned with your purpose, create momentum and build something truly remarkable. The way you spend your time, the choices you make, and the goals you set all reflect the person you are becoming, and the person you are becoming is shaped by the purpose you choose to live. This is why it's so important to align your actions with your values. When you live according to your values, your actions are in harmony with your deeper self. You don't just chase success or material wealth. You chase meaning, growth, and fulfillment. You take actions that are true to who you are and the life you want to create. And when you align your actions with your purpose, something remarkable happens. You become unstoppable. Think about the people you admire, those who seem to live with a sense of direction, who seem to accomplish incredible things. They have a deep, driving purpose that fuels their every move. And the reason they succeed is simple: they never lose sight of their why. Their purpose guides them when the road gets tough, when obstacles arise, and when they face failure. Purpose provides the resilience to keep going when everything else feels uncertain. Let's talk about how you can start living with purpose today. One simple activity I recommend is called purpose reflection. Every day, spend 10 minutes reflecting on your why. Ask yourself, why am I doing what I'm doing today? What is my purpose? It can be as simple as taking a moment before you start your day to center yourself and reconnect with your core values. During this time, you can reflect on your goals, your vision, and how your actions align with what matters most to you. In this practice, you'll find clarity. You'll see how your actions are either aligned with your purpose or disconnected from it. When you take this time to reflect, you're giving yourself the space to check in and ensure that your daily tasks are moving you closer to your bigger vision. This daily reflection helps you reconnect with your purpose, making sure that everything you do is intentional and meaningful. It's a simple habit, but when practiced daily, it transforms your life. But it doesn't stop there. As you begin to live with purpose, you'll notice changes in every area of your life. Your work becomes more fulfilling because you see it as part of your larger mission. Your relationships deepen because you approach them with a sense of purpose, valuing quality over quantity. Your health improves because you see your body as the vessel that carries you through your purpose-driven life. And most importantly, you'll begin to feel a sense of peace and fulfillment, knowing that you're living in alignment with your deepest values. Purpose isn't something you find once and then move on from. It's a daily practice. It's a commitment to living with intention, to taking purposeful action every day. It's about becoming the person who can achieve the goals you set. The journey toward living with purpose is ongoing. It's not something you arrive at, but something you continuously build. And that's what makes it so powerful. Living with purpose creates a life that is rich with meaning and fulfillment. So I encourage you to start reflecting on your purpose today. Take 10 minutes to connect with your why. Think about how you can align today's actions with your deeper values. When you begin to live with purpose, you'll realize that everything else in your life will start to fall into place. Your work will be more meaningful, your relationships will be deeper, and your life will be filled with the energy and drive to accomplish everything you've ever wanted. Purpose is the anchor that keeps you grounded and motivated. It is the foundation on which your dreams are built. When you know your purpose, you know exactly where you're going. And once you know where you're going, nothing can stop you. As we reach the end of this journey, let's take a moment to reflect on what we've learned. Throughout this conversation, we've uncovered the powerful principles that can shape the life you want to lead, principles that don't require drastic overnight transformations, but instead rely on small, consistent actions taken every day. From the first small step toward improving yourself to shifting your mindset, from mastering communication to building financial freedom, every piece of this puzzle leads to one truth. Success is built on consistency, not perfection. It's easy to get discouraged when the results don't come fast enough or when the path ahead seems unclear. We live in a world that prizes speed, the quick fix, the shortcut to success. But the real truth is that real transformation happens quietly in the small, seemingly insignificant moments. It's in those daily decisions you make, whether it's choosing to stay consistent with your health habits, improving your communication skills, or working on your self-discipline, that you build a foundation that will support your future. As we've discussed, your attitude is the cornerstone of everything you achieve. If you change the way you think, you change the way you live. Your mindset, how you approach life's challenges, shapes your reality. But it's not just about thinking positively, it's about consistently showing up for yourself and shifting your perspective every day. Small shifts in how you perceive the world, how you deal with setbacks, and how you approach goals are what ultimately lead to success. And then there's communication, the art of speaking and listening with intention. Whether at work, in relationships, or in your community, communication is at the heart of all connections. It's how we build trust, resolve conflicts, and inspire others. Every day you can improve your communication by listening more attentively, expressing yourself more clearly, and engaging more meaningfully with the world around you. This skill alone will open up countless opportunities in your life. Finally, we've touched on health, purpose, and time management. Without a healthy body and mind, none of the other elements matter. Time is your most valuable asset, and learning how to manage it effectively will give you the freedom to pursue your dreams. Living with purpose transforms every aspect of your life, from routine tasks to moments of profound achievement. When you know your purpose, you act with intention, and everything else falls into place. So, what's the lesson we can take from this story? It's simple: small actions, repeated consistently, lead to extraordinary results. Whether it's improving your health, building your financial future, strengthening your mindset, or enhancing your relationships, success comes from the steady, persistent effort you put in every day. The key is to take action now. Don't wait for the perfect moment, because the perfect moment is today. I encourage you to reflect on the small changes you can make right now. What's one action you can take today to improve yourself by just 1%? It doesn't have to be grand, just one small step, and commit to taking that step every day. Over time, you'll see how far you've come. The journey might be slow, but it will be powerful, and it will lead you to the life you've always wanted. Now, I'd love to hear from you. What's your perspective on these principles? How have small daily improvements impacted your life? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and let's learn from each other's experiences. And if this video has inspired you and you want to continue on this journey of growth, please subscribe to the Daily Spark Motivation channel. Your support means everything and motivates me to keep creating more content that helps you transform your life, step by step. Together, we can build a community of individuals committed to consistent progress and personal growth. Thank you for being here. Keep moving forward, one small step at a time.